Hello everyone, so welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge and let us try to do it on daily basis. So I will be uploading the videos on the daily basis early in the morning, like around 6 or 7 o'clock types, whenever like that Leetcode daily challenge gets updated. Actually it gets updated around I guess 6 o'clock, but yeah fine. So let's start with the today's first Leetcode daily challenge which is there. So yeah, today's Leetcode daily challenge is robot returns to origin. Let us first start with the reading of the description and let us get to know that what exactly there it is. So there is a robot starting at position 0, 0, the origin on a 2D plane. So basically there is some 2D plane where x-axis is also there and y-axis is also there. So there from 0, 0, that robot is getting started. Given a sequence of its moves, judge if the robot ends up at the 0, 0, that is its source position after it completes all the moves which are given. So here you are given a string moves that represent the move sequence of the robot where moves of I represent ith move. Valid moves are R, that is right, L for the left, U for the up and D for the down. So basically you will be given with a string, like here if you see there you will be given with a string which will have characters capital U, capital D, capital R, capital L, and as per like U represent up, D represent down, R for the right and L for the left. Now here we need to return true if the robot returns to the origin after it finishes all its move, or we need to return false. Note the way that robot is facing is irrelevant. R will always make the robot to move to the right once. L will always make it move to the left, etc. Also assume that the magnitude of the robot's movement is the same for each move. So basically the characters which are given to us, as per that only one step moving ahead will be there either in either of four directions which are there as per the character. So this is what question is. Now let us like one more thing is there that let us check for the constraint. So constraint says that there will be at least one character in that moved string which will be given as the input to us, and there could be at max 10 raised to power 4. That means if we go ahead with n square solution, that is 10 raised to power 8, it will give us TLE. So that's why we can't go with n square solution. We need to go ahead with, if we go ahead with n log n, which will be 10 raised to power 6, then that will be like sort of acceptable, but it's preferable we go ahead with 10 raised to power 4 solution as it is, means n solution. And now the moves only contains U, D, L and R. So we don't need to have a condition that it is not a valid character types. So now let us go ahead and check that how we can actually do this. So the thing is, like you are always given with U, L, R and D, means either of these four characters are there, and that robot which is there, that always start from the 0, 0. So if we take a 2D plane, that means there will be like sort of matrix you can say it will be. So if it goes in up direction, then that anyhow that will be like minus if we take it as x-axis, then 0 and minus 1 for that, like the way y-axis is there and the way x-axis is there, it will represent something like that. So that is what exactly I want to say. And as it is 2D, so again there will be like minus y also and minus x also, and this 0 comma 0 will actually on this point. So that is the thing, like rather than taking this much form, and don't just try to think in matrix format, just try to think in this, what we say it as number line format. So basically this particular robot is at this point. So when it goes up, it will be at 0 comma minus 1, it goes down, sorry, plus 1, and when it goes down, 0 comma minus 1. When it goes in this direction, then anyhow 1 comma 0, or if it goes in this direction, it will be in minus 1 comma 0. means something like this which will be there for that robot. But the way that string which is given to you, it should be like, see, if something like this happens, like if we try to get on some of the test cases, it will be like if it goes in this direction, say it goes to -1 and then again it comes back with a +1, so it will be back to its original position, right? If it goes to this point like +1 and again it goes -1 there, then it again comes to its original position, right? Again for this case, if it goes -1, but if there is some +1, like then it again reaches to original position, and same for the uh, positive x-axis. So now here's the question which is there. It simply boils down to that we can have basically like some direction array sort of, or better, rather than being array also, why you want to like complicate with arrays, we can simply have counts. Because the thing is, like if the robot goes from 0 comma 0 in positive direction, say +1, and it goes to +1, like the number of time it becomes +1, like whatever x number of times, and that many number times only it becomes -1, right? So surely it will result in 0 comma 0, right? And same for other directions if we take. So it's better we have like count for basically horizontal direction, and count for the, okay, that goes there, okay, or better have count for vertical direction and count for the horizontal direction. And after that, if both of the counts actually result in 0 and 0, that means it is possible that that robot can come back to its original position. So this is what exactly this question wants us to do. And even in all this scenario, if you go ahead, it will be like that vertical count and horizontal count, that anyhow, it is not even a like nested loop, it is just in a single loop itself. You can maintain that count variables which are there, and after that you can just at the end, means when that loop is done, you can just have a check that both of them, if both of them are 0, then you need to return true. If either of them are 0 or not 0 types, then it is a simply false. So it becomes a simple solution with just two variables which are there, and yeah, it will be all like good to go. Even your space complexity is also 0, like space complexity is also of order of 0, basically order of 1. 0 in the sense it is constant, just 1, because we are just using the variables which are there. And the time complexity, that will be order of n, so that also satisfies our constraints which are given. So now I hope this part is basically clear to you all. And once it is clear, you guys can like pause the video and take your time to code it, because it should be like pretty much simple to code it, and just go ahead with the same. Or if you have like any doubts, you can comment that down. I'll answer your doubts, and then only you can go ahead with the coding part. So yeah, let's go ahead with the coding part for the same. So as per I explained, we can have like two counts which are there. So one count will be for the horizontal, which is there, like we can just name it as horizontal count, which will be 0 at the start, and then we can have the vertical count, which will be again 0 at the start. Now the next thing which is there is are are basically these things are just like LL, LR, UD. So rather than having a lot of if else cases, it's better we go ahead with a switch case. So how we need to switch it? It will be something like that moves of I. On that basis, we will be switching it. And how we will get that I? So for that I, we will be requiring a for loop int I equals to 0, I less than moves is a string. So in C++, it will be moves dot length and I plus plus. And with that, we need to have this here. Yep. And then after that, we just need to check that if horizontal count which is there, horizontal underscore count, if that is equal to 0, and our vertical count which is there, that is also equal to 0, then in that case only we will be returning true. Else anyhow, we know it will be false, because for all other cases it will be false. So rather than writing all those cases, we just simply write it as return false, means returning true for that case which will be actually true, and all other will be just false. Now comes the part that the main logic which is there. So the main logic which will be here will be, okay, I wrote movers. Okay, moves. So now the first case which will be there, that case will be our case of, because that is a string, so each will be a character u, and then we have case as d, then we have case as r, then we have case as l. So now these four cases are there, and we can have our default as, although we are not required, but still we can have that default case that it is not a valid character. So we will be simply returning as false. Now here, now the first case which is there is because it is u. So now before start like going ahead with that also, what we can have is, as per the direction, we let us say that u actually is +1, and accordingly that d will be -1, and then we have this left and right, right? Let us take left as the -1 and right as the +1. So as per this, we will be incrementing our count. So up and down will be for the vertical count, right? So for that purpose, we will be having vertical count plus equals to, because it is up, so let us take as +1, and then break from this. Then for D, let us have minus 1 instead of +1. That will be the only change which will be there. Okay, we actually don't require this here. That was just for making you understand I did that, but fine. Now we have this horizontal count which is there. That will be, we are taking as +1. And then we have this break as per the syntax of C++. And then we have this left which is there. So for left, we will be having the -1. So this will be all for the switch cases which is there. And then we have our condition which just tells us that it is true or false. So let us run it. Yeah, so basically it gets accepted, because we know that because of these counts itself, the logic which was behind it, that it goes in any direction. If it actually goes same steps up and same steps down, it will reach to 0 0, and on that basis we have this logic and we are doing it. So let us submit this. So yeah, it got accepted for the same. And yeah, this was all for today's Leetcode daily challenge. I hope you guys understood about the same, and if you have any doubt you can comment that. So yeah, this was all. Thank you.